Hello, and welcome to Chabot News for Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. My name is Brenda Godinez, and in today's news, we will be covering gun reform after the mosque attacks in New Zealand, President Trump and John McCain, college scandals, and Southwest Airlines. In entertainment, Chris Reynolds will update us on R. Kelly's case and what's happening with KCRH. Maxine and Guyana will give us the 411 on their top 5 movies made by Marvel. Will Carter will fill us in on the Raiders' newest player and Cristiano Ronaldo. All that and more coming up on Chabot News. After the attacks of 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand, the country's cabinet has agreed to reform their gun laws. This upcoming law will require those seeking to purchase firearms to go through several more rigorous steps into doing so, including a background check, an interview, home inspection, and a gun course. Since this was decided just days after the attack in New Zealand, many Americans continue to grow frustrated with their own lack of gun reform. Why did New Zealand decide this after one attack? When will America follow suit? This event seems to only increase the growing tension of those who support and those who oppose the lack of gun regulation in the country. America's sweetheart is back with one more opinion, much to the surprise of everyone. President Trump continued his insults on the late John McCain by bringing up a dossier McCain admitted to providing to the FBI about Trump's collusion with Russia during the 2016 election. This past Saturday, he tweeted, "Spreading the fake and totally discredited dossier is unfortunately a dark stain against John McCain." Trump has lashed out against John McCain in the past, such as the time he said that McCain wasn't a war hero because he was captured, and when he said McCain was last in his class at the U.S. Naval Academy. Now Chris Reynolds will give us the latest news in entertainment.
Thank you, Brenda Godinez. Now here's the latest news update on the R. Kelly and his sexual abuse scandal. Now we've all seen his disastrous interview and somewhat incriminating interview with Gayle King last week. Now after that, yes, he was put in jail and posted bail. His trial started Friday, March 15th. Now, Kelly's defense attorney, Steve Greenberg, speaks with reporters at the Layton Criminal Court after his hearing regarding the cameras in the courtroom for his client's upcoming case, March 15th, in Chicago. Now, cameras will be allowed in the courtroom during the trial and pretrial hearings in R. Kelly's case. But the R&B's accusers can't be photographed or filmed without their prior consent, so says the judge, as he ruled on Friday. The Grammy-winning singer didn't attend the brief hearings in the Cook County Circuit Court, but his attorneys took a similar position to the lawyers for the Empire actor Jussie Smollett earlier this week and welcomed cameras in the courtroom then. So, Mr. Kelly wants this to be an open and transparent process, says his attorney. So far, there have been rumors and allegations, but with the cameras in the courtroom, everyone will see what's happening. Now, March 12th and the 14th, KCRH Radio, Chabot's own radio station, had a special live remote for the St. Paddy's Day celebration in the Cesar Chavez Plaza courtyard in the cafeteria, right here on campus. Now, the remote broadcast went off so well that our DJs in training will be broadcasting every Thursday in April and May in the cafeteria. That's right, they'll be pushing the music and bumping the beats and playing all your favorite music right here in the cafeteria from 12 until 1 p.m. So come on out and support your local radio station and your KCRH radio. Come on down and hear your favorite rock, R&B, soul, hip-hop, and country music. A little something for everyone's musical taste. That's right, that's KCRH 89.9 FM, the East Bay's best variety of music. That's all for entertainment. Now back to you, Brenda.
Thank you, Chris Reynolds. If you've ever wondered what Aunt Becky from Full House was up to these days, look no further. Actress Lori Loughlin and many others have been exposed following the news that wealthy parents had been bribing colleges such as Stanford, UCLA, and USC into accepting their children. These parents were charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services fraud after paying certain universities anywhere from $200,000 to $65 million to get their kids into these schools. This scheme has allegedly been going on since 2011, with the FBI and the Justice Department officials investigating the case for over a year. The elaborately illegal scheme has also caused many students who were rejected from these colleges to sue them, adding even more fire to the situation. Several more people are being investigated and uncovered, with more names being listed in the news as the weeks go by. This past weekend, Southwest Airlines opened their Hawaii service that takes passengers from Oakland straight to Oahu. Their airline is already one of the largest and most successful in the country, and these new flights to Hawaii will only give them another boost in the airline industry. Southwest promoted this by offering one-way tickets to Oahu for as low as $49, which quickly sold out. For now, they are starting out small, with one flight a day from Oakland to Honolulu, Oahu, and will soon add a second to accommodate the growing number of people purchasing these flights. So if you have always wanted to drink pina coladas on the beach, now is your chance. Now we turn it over to Maxine, who will give us the top 5 Marvel movies.
Thanks, Brenda. Marvel Studios' Captain Marvel released in theaters on March 8th with critical acclaim, and the trailer for Avengers Endgame came out as well. With the marvelous amount of appeal Marvel Studios has, I'll be counting down the top 5 Marvel movies this week's top 5. The first Marvel Studios movie that sits at number 5, Iron Man. The movie is significant for bringing back Marvel to the box office with a smash, and it's also a pretty good movie. Billionaire inventor Tony Stark is kidnapped by terrorists to build a devastation weapon. However, what he ended up building would append his captors and change Marvel Studios forever. The film stars Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Number 4, Thor Ragnarok. After 2 critically lackluster films, Thor was considered the black sheep of the Avengers, but Ragnarok gave Thor a new adventure with less seriousness and tons of action-packed science fiction fun. Thor joins forces with Hulk, his brother Loki, and new ally Valkyrie to prevent his older sister Hela from destroying his home world Asgard. The film stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Cate Blanchett as Hela, and Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Number 3 is regarded as a fan favorite, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. As one of the more serious Marvel movies, it balances out fun and action with conspiracy and politics. After the events of Avengers, Captain America, Black Widow, and new ally Falcon struggle to expose a government conspiracy that could change the world while fighting against an unexpected enemy. The film stars Chris Evans as Captain America, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Anthony Mackie as Falcon, and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. At number 2, this movie represented Black empowerment in superhero form and smashed box office records. This is Black Panther. After Captain America: Civil War, Wakanda native T'Challa struggles with his mantle as king until he is challenged by an unexpected opponent that could change Wakanda and the world. Black Panther stars Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa and Michael B. Jordan as Eric Killmonger. And finally, at number 1, The Avengers. It was the movie that defined the superhero genre and popularized cinematic universes. Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye assemble to defeat an unprecedented enemy of Earth. The film stars an ensemble cast with Chris Evans as Captain America, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, and Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. That was this week's top 5, and now let's go to our live remote with Dee Collins.
Hi, I'm here in Cafe Chabot, and I'm asking people, what is a billy club? Well, the club sandwich is a popular favorite for millions. The club is known to have appeared on U.S. restaurant menus as far back as 1899. Although there are numerous versions of the club sandwich, one particular variation that stands out is the billy club. This loaded creation is hands down the mucho grande of club sandwiches. The Cafe Chabot version, called the Billy Club, is an audacious sandwich, but the Chabot version is not for the light of appetite. Thick, hearty toasted bread piled with various meats, lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, and optional avocado. The Billy Club serves up to a mammoth triple-decker sandwich that can satisfy the heartiest appetites. And that's your food news for today.
This week on campus at Chabot, the Change It Now organization will host a panel for domestic violence and gun violence awareness at the Cesar Chavez Plaza, located outside of the back of the Student Center next to the bookstore. The event will be held on Thursday, March 21st from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Also, on Thursday, Chabot will have a muralist meet and greet hosted by the Stay Woke Collective and Ethnic Studies Group. This event will feature muralist Lizzie Blanca, who will paint a mural on campus, and it will give students the opportunity to meet Miss Blanca and give students the opportunity to speak out about the mural and hang out and enjoy the event. The meet and greet will be Thursday, March 21st as well from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. in Building C1900 in Room 1908, the large lecture hall. Looking for something to do this spring break? This weekend in San Francisco is the Bay Area Brew Fest that will be held Saturday at Pier 35 from 12 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. If you're into film, you might want to check out the Hitchcock Film Fest, held in Bodega Bay that starts at 11:30 a.m., and tickets for this event start at $12. If you're into sports, then check out the Golden State Warriors at home as they play the Dallas Mavericks at the Oracle Arena. Since spring is near, you know what this means. It's baseball season. You can catch the Oakland A's and San Francisco Giants duke it out in a 3-game exhibition series hosted at the newly named Oracle Park in San Francisco and at the Oakland Coliseum.
After a heated dispute between Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown and quarterback Big Ben Roethlisberger, Brown was benched for the team's season final against the Cincinnati Bengals. Due to that, Brown decided to part ways with Steelers and join the Oakland Raiders. The terms for Brown's trade include Oakland giving Pittsburgh their 2019 third-round pick, which is 66 overall, and fifth-round selection, 141st overall, in return for Brown. He joins the Raiders as a 4-time first-team All-Pro selection and 7-time Pro Bowler after building one of the most impressive resumes in NFL history through his first 9 years. Over the last 6 seasons, Brown has compiled 686 receptions and accumulated 9,145 yards receiving, the most by any player in NFL history in any 6-year span. The Raiders Nation are very excited for this upcoming season with Brown switching from black and yellow to the black and silver. Let's go Raiders! Juventus forward Cristiano Ronaldo has been charged by UEFA for improper conduct for his celebration at the end of the team's Champions League clash with Atletico Madrid. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick which sent his team to the quarterfinals with a 3-0 win, enough to overturn the 2-0 lead Atletico held from the first match. After the game, Ronaldo gestured toward his crotch in celebration, mimicking the actions of Atletico manager Diego Simeone from the first leg. This means that Ronaldo may face suspension for the quarterfinal match with Ajax. If Juventus were to be without Ronaldo for their quarterfinals, it would be a huge loss, as he proved himself as the ultimate big game player. Simeone was fined for the same gesture the week before, but did not receive a ban for the second leg. Therefore, Juventus fans have hope that Ronaldo will get off with a fine and continue to play on the field. Now let's go to Magda on adulting.
Welcome to Adulting 101. I'm Andrew Heilborn, and today we're going to talk about spreadsheets. Spreadsheets, right? Something you always see real adults using is spreadsheets in Excel or Google Sheets or Lotus 123. But seriously, what would any normal person have use for a spreadsheet? Well, it turns out a spreadsheet is just an infinite array of boxes that you can stick numbers and text and do math with it. Yeah, it sounds kind of boring, but let's say you got a collection of over 200 DVDs. They're all in boxes and binders, so you never know where they are. And you're always looking through and trying to figure it out, and it never works. So let's take a look. With a spreadsheet, you can just type in a DVD, add the name, genre, location. You'll want to make a header category for this, and with the box number, binder number, you can easily locate and keep track of which ones you have without needing to go through every box or binder. The hard part is data collection. You need to know what points of data you want to collect for each item. You might also want notes about a specific disc, like is it scratched, loaned out, special edition, whatever. So once you have your data, you can also reorganize it in a spreadsheet without affecting the data. I've even started doing this with my magic cards. As you can see, this box has no order to it. This way I can build a deck or pull one apart into better decks without shuffling through boxes and binders of cards all the time. The great thing is, once you have a list, you can keep it online or on a flash drive and even access it via the cloud. And if somebody asks you if you have a particular thing, you can look it up and always know. As you collect more, just remember you have to keep it updated or the spreadsheet will slowly become less and less useful. You can also use this system for your budget. Every transaction has a list of associated data with it, including the amount, the location, the type of thing you're purchasing. It would be a big help with taxes or just learning where all your money is going. Once you've mastered this, it's easy enough to transfer these skills into the business world. I'm Andrew. This has been Adulting 101. See you next time.
The U.S. National Drought Mitigation Center has finally declared California drought-free after 7 years. California conditions have improved since 2017, with experts gladly reporting an abundance of rain and snowfall in the mountains. The amount of drought-affected land from the 97% to just 57% thanks to the rain and snow. While Southern California is particularly dry at the moment, experts reassure that conditions there will be expected to improve. For the rest of the state, water levels are back to normal and its mountains are snow-capped once again. That's all for Chabot News this week. Thanks to all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at youtube.com/ChabotTV. Stay tuned to KCTH Channel 27 for more Chabot TV.